Yeah, there's been a real vibe shift on Ethereum, to use your word, Alex. I think it started when the Ethereum Foundation replaced its leadership, which happened
Mm.
earlier this year. There was a recognition that it was moving too slow, that it was too ivory tower and not enough real world. And they started to gain momentum. And then you're right, Tom Lee came on board and packaged it in a great marketing scheme, as he always does. Tom's a good friend of mine, and talked about Ethereum as the stablecoin chain. The other thing that's going on beneath the surface, though, which maybe doesn't get talked about enough, is if you think about why Bitcoin has done so well over the last 18 months, it's been a really simple story where ETFs and corporations have bought something like 5x the new supply.
Yeah.
So there's been more demand than supply. Well, actually, since the start of May, ETFs and corporations have bought 32x the supply of Ethereum because we've had this huge growth in Ethereum ETP flows, right? They did, I think, $5 billion over the last 8 weeks. And we've had this huge growth of corporations buying Ethereum. So the same sort of supply demand story that drove Bitcoin for the last 18 months, and Ethereum just kind of sat there and went down, is now happening in Ethereum. So there's a vibe dynamic and there's a supply demand dynamic. And you have to ask yourself, will these vibes continue? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Stablecoins and tokenization are going up and to the right from interest levels. And then will the supply demand dynamics continue? I think absolutely. Ethereum inflows don't look to me like they're going to reverse. And these ETH treasury companies are trading at something like 2x their NAV, which means there's going to be more of them. So at
Hmm.
least from the short term, I think the trends we've seen since the start of April really are going to persist in ETH, and I'm pretty bullish, and I think it'll get to new all-time highs.